Have you ever wondered how plants eat and grow without moving or hunting for food?
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going on an amazing adventure to uncover one of nature's coolest secrets. It's a superpower that plants have, and it's all about how they make their own food. Yeah, of course not, right? That would be super silly. Plants don't have mouths to chew with. So how in the world did they get the energy they need to grow so big and strong? Well, it turns out they're hiding a secret recipe.
That's right. No need to order a pizza or go to the grocery store. Plants are their own little chefs. Get this, they have a sun-powered kitchen built right inside every single leaf. They are absolute masters at making their own meals.
Now, for hundreds and hundreds of years, nobody had a clue how they did it. It was this giant puzzle, a great green mystery. And it actually took a whole team of science detectives working for centuries to finally crack the case. Okay, so let's look at the case file. It took over 200 years to solve this thing. Our detectives found 3 major clues, one by one. The clues had to do with water, air, and light. Let's see how they pieced it all together. First up was a scientist named John Baptista van Helmont. He did an experiment that lasted 5 years. Can you believe it? He grew a willow tree and proved that water was a super important ingredient for plants to grow. It wasn't the whole story, but boom, clue number 1 was found. Then, about 100 years later, another detective named Joseph Priestley found the next big clue. He figured out that plants do something to the air. He found that if you light a candle in a sealed jar, it goes out. He called it injured air. But if you put a plant in there, it could somehow restore the air so the candle could burn again. And finally, another scientist realized plants only did this trick in the sunlight. That was it, the last clue they needed.
So, with all the clues finally on the table, water, air, and sunlight, our science detectives had officially cracked the case. They had figured out the ultimate energy recipe for how plants make their own food.
The whole process has a big fancy name, photosynthesis. But that's just a sciencey way of saying making things with light. Plants grab sunlight with their leaves, drink water with their roots, breathe in a gas called carbon dioxide, which is what we breathe out, and mix it all together to make their food, which is a type of sugar. And as a bonus, they release the oxygen that we all need to breathe. How cool is that?
I mean, just think about how amazing this is for a second. Plants are taking something that's basically invisible, a simple gas in the air, and with a little help from the sun, they turn it into real, energy-packed food. It's kind of like building an amazing Lego castle out of thin air.
But get this, it gets even cooler. Not all plants follow the exact same recipe. Some plants that live in really tough places, like deserts, have developed some incredible tricks to survive. We're talking about plants with superpowers.
Okay, so imagine you're a cactus in the hot, dry desert. If you open up the tiny little pores on your skin during the day to breathe, all your water will evaporate. You dry out in no time. So what do? You work the night shift. Cacti only open their pores at night when it's cool, and they gulp up all the carbon dioxide they need. Then they save it to make food the next day when the sun is out.
And it's not just cacti. All sorts of plants use this amazing night-breathing superpower. You've got your spiky desert cacti, those smooth, cool succulents like a jade plant, and get this, even yummy, sweet pineapples use this trick to save water.
Now, this is going to blow your mind. It's not just plants. There are these incredible sea slugs that can actually steal the little photosynthesis machines from the algae they eat. Then, they put them in their own bodies and can make their own food from sunlight. They literally become solar-powered animals. No way!
So this whole photosynthesis thing, just how old is it? You are not going to believe how far back this story goes. This isn't just a superpower, it was basically life's first ever power-up. This power source is seriously ancient. The first tiny little organisms learned how to use the sun's energy about 3.4 billion years ago. That's way, way, way before the dinosaurs were even a thing.
And these tiny life forms completely changed our whole world by pumping out the oxygen that eventually let animals like us exist.
Now you might be looking at this picture and thinking, hey, that's just a bunch of lumpy old rocks. But what you're really looking at are fossils. These are leftovers from those ancient bacteria. This is proof of Earth's very first solar panels, built by tiny little organisms billions of years ago.
Okay, so this whole process is super old and it's super cool. But so what? Why does any of this matter to you and me right here, right now? Well, it turns out it's the engine of our entire planet. You see, photosynthesis gives us two things. Just two. But these two things are absolutely everything for us and for almost all life on Earth.
It's everything. Seriously, go on, take a deep breath. That oxygen you just breathed in, it came from a plant. And the food that gives you energy to run around and play, whether it's an apple or the bread in your sandwich, all of that energy started as sunlight, captured by this incredible green superpower.
And you know what the best part is? You don't have to just take my word for it. You can be a science detective too. It's so easy. Just grab a bean seed, plant it in some soil, give it a little water and sunlight, and you can watch your very own photosynthesis factory come to life, building a whole plant from almost nothing.
So the next time you see a tree, or a flower, or even just a little blade of grass, remember what's really going on. You're looking at an incredible, silent, solar-powered chef that's busy powering our entire planet. And it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing secrets are they hiding?